Hey everyone, welcome to the new week's Nitro setup update video. So I'm going to cover what has happened over the past week, and actually quite a few things have happened, so I'm going to just cover them basically one by one. So as always, I start these videos off by going over the dragon farming results, and let me just bring that up. Alright, so first things first, of course, is the crystal and voucher status change. And the previous week, there were, after the Akayam Brenda drawing on that banner, there was 0 vouchers and 5,912 crystals. This was on Thursday. By today, which is Monday, I now have 30 vouchers and 8,136 crystals, which was actually a 2,224 crystal increase. I'm honestly not sure how I got that many crystals in basically, 3 days? I truly don't know. Maybe a combination of the events. In particular, they're currently running at this Easter event with the Easter eggs. I've gotten crystals twice from it. In addition to that, of course, I've been slowly clearing out the world map battles. I've been, of course, Langrisser rank and World Arena rank, giving your weekly rewards and all that. But overall, I don't know how it added up to 2,224 crystals, frankly speaking. I truly don't know. So, in addition to that, the 30 vouchers came from 20 vouchers came from the strategist squad rewards. Okay, I did trade in points to get the 20 vouchers for strategist squad, and of course 10 vouchers were just from events and whatnot. So events, and once again maybe a few from regular arena and from the world event battles. So there were 10 vouchers that were just gotten randomly, I guess, and then the 20 vouchers were strategist squad, which you see right here. So April 10th, traded in for 20 vouchers. Okay. This was actually a bit of a tough decision because I had enough points to actually get the Tiaris figurine. I think Anirel has shown a video of her unboxing this figurine, and ultimately I decided that I could wait on that figurine and pick up the figurine later, and instead I would get vouchers right now because I'm planning to draw very hard on the next banner, which is coming in May, which should be Record of Lodos War. So I need to build up my ticket count and my crystal count for that, and my plan is to purchase 20 vouchers now, purchase 20 more vouchers in May, and have 40 additional vouchers that way. So that would help a lot for the event, right? So, other than that, let's talk about the dragon farming results now. Let's change back over to that. And in terms of dragon farming results, well, the previous week I had 11 vouchers, and then last week I had 11 SSR items from dailies and joint battles, and last week was 9. Okay, of course that excludes like the weekly events and that kind of stuff. So Timeless Trial last week gave me a Slayer's emblem, my 6th one, and it's currently sitting in my bag because I still don't know what to do with it. I may build it, I may not. So I'm kind of making that decision. Certainly it doesn't hurt to have additional Slayer's emblems, however. Gambles for last week, because I did not show them on last week's video. Out of 9 gambles, 3 of them ended up being ones that I kept. Not necessarily useful per se, but kept. Because I kept the Ragnarok because it's my 4th one. Yeah, 4 Ragnaroks. I kept an Odin's Battle Helm, which is also my 4th one. Although what I've noticed though for Odin's Battle Helms, you truly only want 2. So these extra 2 that I got, I don't know if I'm going to keep them. But there may be characters in the future that actually need these Odin's Battle Helms, so that's why I'm holding on to them. And finally, 3 armors, One of them gave me a Galaxy Cloak, which is my 7th level 20. Once again, kept as well because a lot of holy class characters, a lot of mages like to use armors, right? And you don't have that many Tenyo's robes, so I just give them Galaxy Cloaks as a worse option, but still usable. Right. As for the daily dragon runs and joint battles, well, 9 items here, as I mentioned. 3 of them were useful. So the first one that's useful is a Cloak of Defiance, level 30. It raised my first Cloak of Defiance to level 30. Okay. I got another Chief's Helmet, which is my 3rd one, and I don't know what to do with it. I haven't even built the 2nd one, so this 3rd one is also just sitting in my bag right now. And the last one, which is actually truly useful to me, was Tenyo's Robe, my 4th one. The other items were all turned into ore, so Assault Headgear, Seal Guardian, Dark Robe, Aeneas' Helmet, Nighthawk, all ored. So 1, 2, 3, 4 items were turned into ore. Sorry, 5 with Dark Robe. 5 items were ored, 500 ore added. And then finally I got Vidar's Rose from one random accessory box, which I've held on to for now. Yeah, so it's in my bag right now. Don't know what to do with it at this time. We'll see. Maybe I'll ore it, maybe I'll keep it. So that's my dragon farming results. Next, I'm going to talk about my plans for shard farming up to Apex Arena. Because, well, I've pretty much timed everything for Apex, which is going to happen, the playoffs, starting the weekend of May 9th and May 10th. Okay. So what I've done here is today is the 13th, and today I farmed 3 additional Shafaniel shards, along with 3 Yusuke and 3 Celestial. So I stopped doing Waller for 1 day. The reason for that is because by doing so, I realized I can have 2 of my characters, Waller and Shafaniel, both hit 6 stars on Wednesday, May the 6th. Okay, this is the day that should be right before the Record of Lodos War banner is released on May the 7th, and that perfectly times things for Apex Arena as well. So with that, I can end up doing 7 battles for Deedlit, if there are 7 battles. I'm not sure, there may just be 5, right? But in any case, regardless, I can do however many battles I need to on Thursday, assuming I've unblocked Deedlit, right? I can get her Gate of Fates completely finished, and then start farming up shards of Deedlit from then on. Right? So it's just a perfectly timed thing, and then I'll have to figure out who to start farming shards of on the 8th. I'm not going to make that decision right now. We will wait and see, because I may end up drawing more shards of certain heroes, let's say, that I would want to actually finish, or I may decide on a certain character then. So I will not make any decisions for which characters I farm shards of at that time. Other than that, though, you can see that. So moving on from here, for the next 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks basically, I'm going to be farming purely 3 Waller, 3 Shafaniel, 3 Yusuke, and that will this week I will finish off Celestial, right? Celestial will be finished this Friday at 6 stars. And then after that, I'm going to flip over to 3 Waller, 3 Shafaniel, and 3 Yusuke. And that farming will go all the way until May the 6th, at which point Waller and Shafaniel will be done, Yusuke will be nearly done, and I can decide on 2 new characters to farm up then. So basically perfectly timed, more or less, for Apex Arena to occur. Right. It will pretty much raise my whole party that I used in Apex, I think, to 6 stars. my party may not necessarily be the optimal characters, like absolute top tier for every single one, but at least all the characters I use will be 6 stars, I think, except for Listel. Okay, Listel's the only one who won't be, but everyone else will. So, very, very nice thing to see. I'll be much better prepared for Apex Arena for this season anyways, at least I think. Although, how far I get will ultimately depend on luck, like who I match up against early on, stuff like that. So with that covered, let's now jump into the game. So, first things first, I should mention VIP status, right? Money spent on the game so far. And in terms of VIP, I have renewed both Flag of Courage and Clock of Forgiveness. Clock of Forgiveness automatically renews, right? Flag of Courage I purposely bought. Gift of the Goddess I'm probably going to buy today. I'm still kind of deciding on that. You're basically paying around $8 for 20 Trinity vouchers. I don't really know if you decide to buy Trinity vouchers instead of, let's say, purchasing stamina. I've been very lazy. I've not purchased any stamina at all because I didn't want to do the farming. So we'll see on that option. Yeah, but effectively it's equal to 1800 Trinity crystals, right? On one hand, if you look at it over here, 1800 Trinity crystals is actually more than $50, assuming you don't have the first recharge bonus anyways. Right? And instead of paying $50, you're paying a mere, what, $5? This is US, so it's different in Canadian. I think Canadian is more like $8, but in any case though, it's a big price difference whether you choose to buy, assuming you want the crystals and choose to buy the Gift of the Goddess, as opposed to recharging crystals directly. Yeah. So that's the decision that I'm going to be thinking about, whether to purchase that or not. And yeah, that would be the main thing I would buy at this time, other than of course renewing those other 2 privileges. Other than that, I've been trying to see if we get the Tiaris bunny skin. Doesn't seem like it. Looks like we're stuck with the Rachel skin only. So a little bit disappointed about that. I was hoping that with Easter Monday, that skin may pop up. But you never know. It may actually show up in 4 hours. Okay? Because I'm currently playing at reset time. And it may show up early in the morning. Kind of like how these banners, this character banner summons, occur early in the morning on the server. It might be that they have another skin appear in the store this morning for Easter Monday. I don't know. I'm just praying. I really don't think it will occur. They're not that likely to release 2 skins at once, I feel. Okay. So with that mentioned, I should also quickly go and extract memory, because I did do around 90 summons on the Akaya and Brenda's banner, and those 90 summons gave me a whole bunch of memory shards and so on. Right? 90 summons is guaranteed to get you 9 of these heroes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's around right? A few times I got an extra SSR, so with 9 guaranteed SSRs overall. So let's just extract that, which gives me 2,630 more memory essence. I now have 8,540 memory essence, can definitely buy the current runestone, as well as maybe an SSR accessory for this month. Runestone, I think I will purchase, but SSR accessory, I don't know. So, because I do have enough runestones as well, or so I have enough memory essence to purchase another runestone next month. So I may just hold on to that for now and see. Once again, for next month, I'm going to have memory essence to purchase the SSR accessories as well anyways. So I'm not too worried about, not ever having too much memory essence and not enough items to purchase. It's very easy to use it all up. So now let's move on to do my gambling. So, going to gamble now for my SSR weapons, armors, and headgear. And let's start with the weapons. Dragon Slayer Graham, another one that I don't need. That's my third. Gate of Truth, garbage. Windcutter Dagger, garbage. Goddess Dress, garbage. Death's Robe, garbage. Giant's Resolve, garbage. And now we're on headgears. RNjesus helmet, garbage. Assault headgear, garbage. RNjesus helmet, garbage. So ultimately I got 1 out of 9 that was worth keeping. So I'm going to just turn all of that into ore once again. So Giant's Resistance, for example. So continue to basically get mostly garbage items as a result. You know, nothing that I truly need. But next week will be a new week to do more gambling. So, RNjesus helmet. RNjesus helmet. And finally, Windcutter Dagger. So that was actually 9 items. I eliminated an extra item that was not from the gambles, but gave me 900 ore back. I have 2,415 ore, which means I can purchase a bunch of epic martial spirits this week, or purchase the rare enchant gift packs, one or the other. I'm going to probably do the epic martial spirits, and then depending on how many SSRS I get this week, I may do the rare enchant gift packs as well. Okay. So, moving on after that, in terms of needed SSRs, that has changed slightly for me, because I realized that some of the needed SSRs are no longer valid for me. For example, in particular, I'm no longer interested in using a balanced blade, or getting one, right? The reason for that is because Bernhard's no longer in my Apex party. Leonhard has been removed from my Apex party as well, and I don't use Leon in my Apex party. So the 3 characters who use it, Leonhard, Bernhard, and Leon, have all been removed from my Apex party, so I don't need a balanced blade anymore. Right? Other than that though, items I'm still looking for are the following. Okay. The first one would be Extreme Magic Bow. The second one would be a second Uller's Bow, because I feel like Illustrial could really use one. And then the third one that I really want would be a second Soul Stealer headdress for Bozel to equip. After that, I want a Swordsmith Medal. 2 of them, actually. Swordsmith Medal for Juggler, probably. Swordsmith Medal for Luna. Both of them could use one. And then also wanted in the accessories section would be Apex Boots to equip on Elwyn. Although, yeah, Elwyn with Form Mobility would be very useful. Juggler plushie would be nice to get. You know, Leanna and Iris can both use a Juggler plushie, because that way their single unit assist skills would last 1 extra turn, right? Gospel and Iris's teleport effects. And then finally, the last remaining item that I truly want right now would be Yusuke's Mimir's War Axe. So, a bunch of items that I truly want at this time. You know, other items that I would like to get more copies of would include, let's say, the usual Tenyo's robes, more of them, more King's crowns, and more Tenyo's headdresses. And that would be all the items I want at this point. You know, everything else I truly don't really need anymore. And all the other items I pretty much turn into ore. I may hold on to some of them just because I don't know if I need them in the future, but that's more or less the status of SSRs for me. Just a few, very few top tier items I need for Apex Arena at this point. Now, let's move on to talk about Apex Arena itself then. So, Apex Arena, I've now hit Langrisser rank. So, finally, got into Langrisser rank. Took a while. Last week, or at the start of the week, I was actually at, I think, 1801 points. And in terms of the win-loss ratio, it was actually at 32 wins and 24 losses. Right? 32-24. So, in other words, what this really meant was, this past weekend, I went 6 wins, 1 loss. That was enough to get me into Langrisser rank. Right? A whole bunch of these battles have been shown in the video about Wilder's 3C. So if you want to see those battles, you can check that video out. But most of them were me using Wilder, right? So that's why 4 of the wins consisted of me using Wilder. The remaining 2 wins had Alestral and Omega, so ignore guard attacks in one video, and then another video was with Desu, or sorry, Desu Life. Okay. So those were my 6 wins for this week. Enough to get into Langrisser rank. As a side note, that went much smoother than I expected. I thought I would really struggle, you know, up and down constantly to get into Langrisser. So I'm very happy about that. So, in terms of the events that are currently running, well, current event is Fireworks Festival, and the farming for this map is not yet available, or farming for this event is not yet available, because we're currently still at the level 45 battles. So until the level 55 version is unlocked, I'm not going to be farming this event yet. But as soon as I do, I'm definitely going to want to farm up the weapons, the gambles, I guess. Or actually, the top tier first item of priority I need to farm up is the 3 Anarchy treasure collections to get the SSR Anarchy items. After that will be the gambles for the accessory, weapon, helm, and armor. Right. After that will probably be the SSR scrolls, as well as the skin vouchers, and then only after that when I look at the remaining items, you know, we'll see. So a whole bunch of different things to farm up here, for sure. How did I suddenly have 31 vouchers? I thought I just wrote down I had 30. So I just picked up an additional voucher somewhere. Wow. I honestly don't know where that voucher came from. Oh, I know. Sorry. Yes, I picked up an additional voucher from the store. Honor points, you can purchase 1 voucher every week. So that was that new voucher. So that now I have 31 vouchers rather than just 30. Alright. So, moving on then. The next thing to talk about is any gear changes. In terms of new gear that's been added to my Apex 15 party in particular. And really the only one that's changed was Alestral, who now has her exclusive helmet, right? Allowing her to ignore guard when she attacks from specific terrain, forest, mountain, and grassland. Enchant wise, you know, 8% hit point enchant, 5% attack increase enchant. You know, it's okay, not absolute top tier. You know, an absolute top tier enchant would add like more hit points and maybe defense or magic defense. I'm not going to be rolling that many breeze scrolls to try to get that. You know, there are other people I need to prioritize, I feel. She also has a last rate now with magic defense, sorry, with attack, hit points, and magic defense. And this last rites actually came from Chloe. I have 4 last rites, right? One on each of my assassins, right? Alestral, Zerida, Omega, and Listel has 1. So those are my 4 at this time. That's why I could use more. Every single additional one I get could add another assassin or another flyer like Claret and so on to my party potentially. Not that I have assassins that can be used right now, right? Hiei is 3 stars, for example. Claret is 3 stars. So I don't actually have any assassins or flyers to add in, but I would like to get one so that I can add in Angelina when she gets her 3C. And currently, for my Angelina, I do have a Ragnarok sitting on her. Keep in mind, I already mentioned I have 4 Ragnaroks, but so she has one sitting on her. Not really enchanted yet, but when the time comes, I can easily roll enchants on this one. And I purchased her exclusive as well, although I don't know if she actually needs it in truth. But that always does not hurt to have a character's exclusive, that's for sure. Jumping into the secret realm quickly. I've actually been surprised here because we still don't have the skin vouchers to pick up Jessica's skin. MILF Jessica's skin, I should say. So I suspect we get the skin vouchers from this event that's currently running, the Fireworks Festival, because presumably those vouchers should have gotten you the Bamboo Sword Heart, the Heartthroat skin, right? So likely this event will get us the 6 skin vouchers to get Glorious Enlightenment for young Jessica, or for MILF Jessica. Challenge point wise, I'm sitting at 950 points. Yes, a ridiculous number of points. And there's just no real exclusives that I'm interested in at this time. I know a lot of people like to buy Scarlet Embrace for Zerida. I just don't feel that you absolutely need it for your Zerida. There's been times where I've seen it in action, but I still don't think it's a must purchase. I'd rather have the King's Crown. That's basically it. And other than that, items I may eventually purchase include, for example, Farakia's exclusive if I decide to use her, Lanford's exclusive if I ever decide to build him up, and potentially, for example, the Heartthroat exclusive. The Heartthroat in particular is probably the most likely one I will purchase. Okay, but we'll see about the others. Once again, the whole problem with exclusives is not necessarily purchasing them for me, but having the Epic Martial Spirit to upgrade them to level 50. Alright. So yes, I purchased 3 Epic Martial Spirits right now, but they're probably going to go into upgrading yet another Hand of Tyr or a Ragnarok. So, one thing at a time kind of upgrade situation. Alright, so in terms of class mastery enchant changes, other than gear enchants, the biggest change has been to Illustrial, where I rolled a whole bunch of class mastery enchants, and in fact she now has plus 80 attack, a good amount of hit point increase, some defense increase, and skill increase. Okay. Arena mastery wise is pretty similar, a lot of skill increase, hit point increase, attack increase, some crit damage increase, and crit increase in general. So Illustrial is pretty much fully built. I'm going to have to review some of these characters later to see if there's any other new enchants I need to improve on for characters in the arena section. But that can be done before the Apex playoffs begins. I'll do any remaining upgrades then. Now, a few remaining things to cover, and the first part would be Training Ground. Training Ground has not changed much compared to last week, because in large part I've been gathering materials to finish up the Demon Hunter units for Illustrial. So that's what I've been focusing on right now. I should have the Demon Hunters finished this week, I feel. And then I will start looking into what to upgrade next, which is likely finishing up the Flyer attack, and then work on Cavalry and Holy and Demon after that. So Flyer attack wise, not too much left to do. There's 2 techs here, and then 1 tech over here. Right. My limitation though remains brown essential oils, and it's a struggle because actually brown essential oils are needed for a lot of things, I've realized. Brown essential oils are used for the Demon Hunters. Brown essential oils are used if I decide to upgrade catapults further, because I am using these catapult soldiers on Wilder in particular. They're not used for bandits, but they are used if I ever decide to finish up the Sky Archers to get a higher score in Ancient Beckoning, right? For Narm, for example, and even Shephaniel can choose to use these Sky Archers, so upgrading them to level 10 may be worthwhile. Actually, if we take a look there right now, we see a whole bunch of them actually use it. Even Rachel can use them, Olivier, you know, Almeda, not that I use Almeda for PvP, but there's a bunch of characters who can actually use these Sky Archers. It's interesting to see. So a lot of the soldiers here in the Archer and Assassin Training Ground actually do need these ground essential oils. Even Firebrand Snipers, for example. So, yeah. So many soldiers to upgrade, so few resources, you know. And I think overall I should prioritize upgrading the attack values of soldiers than anything else at this time. I may very likely just do one last upgrade on the Archer and Assassin path, get this one upgraded to level 20, and then I may just ignore this one in favor of focusing on the Cavalry and Training Grounds afterwards, right? I think that may be my plan, because I should get this Cavalry Training Ground upgraded as much as I can as well. I use the Cavalry soldiers so frequently, right? Especially the Unicorns and especially the Royal Cavalry. And in addition, you know, things have been showing me that I may have to upgrade soldiers like Bone Dinos. If I choose to use Sonya, for example, and even Illustrial, if she has an Elder's Bow, could use Bone Dinos. So this soldier may very likely be another soldier I upgrade soon, which means I will need the attack, core attack, upgraded for this training ground. So lots of things to upgrade. So little time left until the Apex playoffs, right? We can see right here, there's 23 days remaining in the point race. So, one other change that I'm going to do right now in this video is, because I've been doing some of the world map battles, I now have enough shards to finish up Angelica, to raise her up to 6 stars. So let's get that one done right now. 6-star Angelica complete. And with this completion, I've also gotten a new feat completion, because I now have 45 6-star heroes. So this adds yet another 10 Trinity vouchers, which is a very, very good thing, because I'm now even better prepared for next month's new banner, right? So now there's 41 Trinity vouchers, just like that. Next one for 10 more will be at 50 6-star heroes. I'm actually I think I'm actually not in too bad a position for that, because Illustria will be done, Shephaniel will be done, and Wala will be done. So that would increase my count of characters right there to, what was it? To 48, right? By the end of this month. And then with that, when I draw on the banner, the Record of Lodos War banner, hopefully, the 48 should hopefully get me at least one more copy of Alfred to raise him up, increasing it to 49. And then at that point, the only character that I could, I think, 6-star very quickly would be pure luck based, because there is one last SR character that I have not 6-starred yet, and that is Serena, who is actually very, very far behind, right? Yes, there's other SRs like Kuwabara, there is Olivier, and there is also Iris, but these characters, unless you grind their shards, aren't likely to get 6-starred. The other possibility is, you know how we've rerun the Trails in Time event, so we've got 150 shards of Chloe. If the Olivier event reruns as well, which it likely would with the Leonhard and Rene banner, then I may get him to 6 stars too. So that would actually get me the 5 characters I need for another 10 Trinity vouchers. So I'm looking forward to that. Right? I may not even need to get Serena up to 6 stars at all in that situation. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, I'm going to turn off this filter now. And the only things left to talk about would be the future plans. But I've pretty much already talked about all my future plans in this video right now. So, because it's really just Apex preparations at this point for me. Apex preparations, getting gear that is more suited for Apex Arena, and yeah, not much else to say. So that's it for this video. One last thing is I currently do have 12 rare enchant gift packs to use, so I can definitely get some serious enchanting done. Okay. But and also there's these 2 crystal selection packs for getting more crystals to figure out who's 6-point cost in 3C to unlock. That's a decision that I will make as well for Apex Arena. Haven't really decided yet. For example, I could choose to get Illustrial, her 6-point cost, but is there a reason to when Roundabout is probably her best skill and it costs us 1? So there's a whole bunch of things I can look at doing, but I haven't decided on quite yet. Also available would be unlocking Sonya's 3C, right? I just did a video about how to build Sonya, and I may choose to build her as a character to make me more mobile, my party in general. Because right now my party is incredibly slow. Not very mobile at all, which sometimes can make it a real struggle. In particular, I noticed that I'm always using Elwyn for my matches, and that's because, frankly, people don't seem to choose to ban my Elwyn in favor of other characters, right? So I end up using Elwyn a lot, but Elwyn, in my case, is incredibly slow due to lack of Apex boots. Right. So we'll see there. There's a bunch of options I can do in terms of character choices, even for Apex Arena, in preparation for that. Sonya is one of them. The Heartdoll is another one. I need 130 more shards to upgrade my Heartdoll to 6 stars. But a 5-star Heartdoll may be very usable, especially if you have the Calamity skill on him. Okay. As an assassin style Heartdoll. So lots of options for me to look at this time. These are some of the decisions that I will make in preparation for the playoffs. Right? And that's it for now. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And on that note, Nitro out.